Hey everyone, it's Jessica, and this is the last installment of 10 Days of Truth, me sharing openly and honestly about my struggles with mental illness in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month. Now I'm looking back at these 9 days and the past few weeks of, just thinking more about mental health and mental illness and um, kind of just reflecting on this whole thing. I wasn't quite sure, like, why am I doing this, and what is the reason for making these videos, and what am I getting out of them, and what might other people be getting out of them. I'm still not sure that I can answer both of those questions fully, if at all. I think that, I do this all the time, where I just sort of hit record and I have a general sense of what I want to talk about, and I just kind of put it out there, and just kind of roll with it. And I actually come to some really good realizations sometimes and have some really good ahas and new thinking that emerges as I am sort of processing it out loud. And so that's really helpful. But talking about these sensitive issues and things that are so deeply personal and very vulnerable for me, I think it's been harder to get to that point where I, really feel like I have those ahas, or, to be able to go, oh, now this makes more sense. I guess I'm trying to figure out, like, what makes more sense about myself, and what understanding do I have of myself and my mental illness now that I maybe didn't have when I started this series. I think that the realization that I had this morning is that it's it's a really important part of my personality to give back and to make sure that I have a sense of purpose and meaning in my life. And I think that I can kind of see how that is living and breathing in the impact that it has on my mental illness, because I had been having a couple of really amazing weeks. And this whole year, every time I have a good day and I'm feeling happy and I'm feeling energetic, I have kind of been waiting for the other shoe to drop, and just sort of investing wholeheartedly in that moment of, I feel great and this is awesome and it's so nice to be happy and to, like, not be worried, and to be able to just feel like what I would call my normal happy positive self, I guess. And but I've always been waiting for, like, how long is it going to last? Is it going to last an hour? Is it going to last half the day? Will I make it through the end of the day? Will it last through the evening? And how will I wake up tomorrow? And this past few weeks, I've felt better than I've felt in a really long time. And I wasn't waiting for everything to come crashing down. I wasn't expecting it to. I really thought that I had turned a corner, and I was pretty excited about that. And I, I was trying to figure out, like, what's different, because I'm always looking for, what are the elements that have changed this? What can I do differently so I can help make this happen more often? What control do I have, and how can I sort of be in charge of my own destiny and my own, happiness in a lot of ways? And I was a little bit struggling to see, like, what was different. And now this morning, I think I figured it out. And the thing that helped me figure it out is that, unfortunately, last Thursday, things did start to come crashing down again. And I started feeling a lot of what I've been feeling all year, which is helpless and hopeless, and a bit lost and confused, and also like feeling like everything around me just doesn't make sense, and being just so disheartened by all of that, because I'm a passionate person, and I have, I think, good ideas about how to help kids and how to help teachers, and I have a lot of dedication to the work that I do, and I feel very closely connected to it, and I want to do that work every day. I want to do that work, and every day I want to know that I have done something that makes the world more positive. And I really thought that I was kind of regaining control of my destiny and my day-to-day work and my experience at my job. And I really thought that we were making progress and moving in the right direction. And I finally could see the light. I felt like we were moving in the right direction finally, and that I was going to be able to have a really important part in that, and play a really unique and integral role in doing the work that I believe in. And then we kind of regressed, and we kind of went backwards, and that was really frustrating to me. And I kind of wasn't sure. Last Thursday, I was like, why am I so, like, all of a sudden I've sort of lost all of that? Like, it felt so nice to be just getting up in the morning and, be able to jump out of bed. And, not that I every morning was just like, I can't wait to get out of bed and go to work, but I was getting up and it wasn't a chore, and it was fun. I was just like, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this day. I'm ready for this day. I noticed a difference in myself and my personality. I was more highly engaged in my work, more motivated and passionate about it. I just was more positive and taking a more positive attitude with others, and engaging in more lighthearted conversations, and just I felt like I was a contributing member of my community in a really positive way, in a way that I hadn't felt for a long time. And that in doing all of that, it was just happening. Like, that's maybe one of the bigger pieces about it, is that that was all just happening. It didn't feel forced, it didn't feel fake, and it wasn't really that hard. Like, it actually was quite easy. And through all of that, I just felt better. I had more energy. I was happier, and I wasn't feeling a lot of anxiety. I actually went a whole week and a half without any anxiety whatsoever, and wasn't feeling depressed. Like, all of that was really wonderful. And then it wasn't. And that's kind of the place that I've been in since last Thursday. And this morning I realized that it's because I want to be doing work that matters. And I need my life to have purpose and to have meaning. And I need to know that I'm helping people. And I finally felt like my voice mattered again. And I was confident in my voice, and I was excited about my voice, and I felt more connected to the people who I was able to work with and be in service of. And I'm not feeling that way right now. And that's really hard because I'm a teacher and I care so much about my kids, and I care so much about all of my kids, all of the kids in my district. I really feel like it's my responsibility to help them. And similar to in one of my previous videos, learning that you can't save them, but you can serve them. I don't want to save them because I know I can't. Well, that's kind of a lie. I wish I could save them all. But I know I can't. But I do feel like it's in my capacity to serve them. And when I feel like the system is not letting me do that in the ways that I believe, and when I feel like the people around me are not interested in serving my kids and my teachers the way that I am, that's really hard. And it's particularly hard when there are so many other brilliant, amazing, dedicated, passionate educators who you work alongside every day who want to do that too. And instead, the focus is on something different. The focus is on things that don't feel like they should matter so much, and things that don't give back to our kids and make our district better. And at the end of the day, things that really, in my mind, are silly. Like, there are a lot of people throwing around a lot of things and saying, well, we can't do this and we can't do that, and this is in the way and that's in the way, and we have to wait for this or we have to wait for that other thing. And I'm tired of waiting. Like, I'm just tired of waiting. I don't want to wait anymore. I want to help our kids, because our kids are graduating every year. They're graduating, and those are the ones who are lucky enough to make it to graduation. And there are any number of them in our district who don't even make it that far because they drop out, or they have to go to work full-time to support their families, or, a million other things that go on in their lives that prevent them from making it to that stage for graduation. And I really believe that the work that I do and that personalized learning is something that can change that. I really, truly believe in the power of creating opportunities for kids to own their own learning, and to have a voice in what they're doing, and to give that to teachers, and to make teaching a profession that matters and that is respected, and that those teachers can be professionals and they can be treated as they should be. And I look around me and I don't see how that's happening right now, and I particularly don't see how I can make that happen. And maybe that's a defeatist way of looking at it, and maybe I'm giving up too easily, but I really do feel like I just keep hitting my head against the same wall, and that's just wasting my energy and my time, and it's burning me out, and it's not allowing me to make anything different. And so if that's not working, like, we need to do something different. And I thought that's what we were doing for those couple of weeks. I really felt like finally I've walked away from the wall that I've been banging my head against, and I can see all these possibilities, and I can see all these different strategies, and if this one doesn't work, then I'm going to try the next one. And I felt empowered again to make a difference. And I think that's what's different now in these past few days, is that I don't feel a sense of meaning or purpose in my work anymore. I don't feel empowered. And when I don't have all of those things, that really eats at me, and it chips away very, very quickly at my mental health, because that's how I find purpose in my life. And that's how I make meaning of this world that I live in and the things that I'm doing every day. And that's how I keep my brain busy too. Like, if my brain has the opportunity to go to all the negative and to really start, perseverating on all of its anxieties and all of its neuroses and all of the emotions. Like, that's the other thing, is like, if I have too much time to just like sit in those emotions, then that's not good for my mental health. And it's when I am feeling really productive and keeping myself engaged, and I'm able to learn, but that all of that has meaning. Like, I can't just say like, well, I'm going to learn something today and just like force myself to learn it. And maybe that's where there's this intersection of my mental health and my work and the way in which I live my life, is that, it's similar to like when there's a wall in front of you and you're experiencing mental illness and you just can't get past the wall, and you're just like, I don't even know where this wall came from. I don't know why it's there. Everyone else just keeps walking right on by and it doesn't seem to impact them. But for whatever reason, I am just banging up against this wall and I can't get over it. Like, that's how it feels when I'm not able to have work that I find meaning in and that is exciting me, because then I don't want to learn as much, and I'm not engaged, and I'm not keeping my brain really productive. And I was talking the other day in my video about like, it's what you do with it, and are you going to make it productive, or are you going to do something productive with what you've got here or not? And that's where I'm feeling stuck right now with things, is that I'm not sure what else I can do. I feel like I've managed up, I've managed down, I've managed side to side, I've advocated, I've tried to exercise my agency, I have tried to share my voice, I've tried to just go and do things and create things. And I feel like so many of the things that I've created are just like, they're just, I don't know, they're not even, they're in existence. They sit in a Google Drive folder. Most people don't even know they exist. And half the time I don't remember that they're there. And so it's like, I want a shared vision, and I want a community, and I want to be able to act on that together in service of our kids and our teachers, because that's what we expect of them every day. And I don't understand why we don't hold ourselves accountable to the same expectations and the same vision and the same joy that we hold our schools to. I just don't understand it. And that makes me feel helpless and lost. And when those things happen, or when those things are taken away from me, and maybe I'm giving too much power to other people and other things, and I need to take more control of myself. But like, I've tried that strategy and it didn't work. Like, I've got all kinds of, Google Docs and ideas and projects to show that like, it didn't have the impact that it needed to. And maybe that's on me, and maybe I need to think more deeply about how I create change. But I also don't believe that one person, two people can create the kind of change that I'm hoping to create in a district of 90,000 children. And that's where I don't understand why we can't do it together, because there's so many people all around me who want to, and they're being held back, and they're being kept from doing what's important, and that is not okay with me. So those are some of my realizations that I've had today, I guess, and just in looking back at my videos. And I don't think there's an answer in any of that, but I do think there is more to dig into, and maybe more to reach out to others about, to try to better understand. I think there's more there that I need to seek to understand. And so I guess that's what this series has given me, as well as it's given me, I think, more openness and more bravery to speak openly, and maybe helped me a little bit to know what those words are when I want to speak, because that's something that my mental illness also does to me, is it kind of takes away my words, and it takes away my voice, because whatever's left doesn't feel like my voice anymore. And I guess that's the thing that I want to make sure that I can always do, is share my voice, because that's what I believe I should be creating for our kids and our teachers, is a place where they can always share their voice openly and honestly too. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. If you've watched these videos, thank you for going on this journey with me. I hope that something in here was valuable to you in your own life and your own experience. I definitely will be thinking more about this topic, and thinking about ways I can continue to spread awareness about mental illness and mental health throughout the year, not just in May. And I would encourage you to do the same as well. But thank you for creating a safe space for me to be so open and honest and vulnerable. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And I hope everybody's doing well, and I will talk to you again very soon.